Welcome in, everybody. We got something a little different for you this week. Instead of our tight end show, we are going to each give you a top stack on OwnersBox. If you haven't played OwnersBox yet, best place to play daily fantasy sports. No defense, no kickers. It's super flex. If you want to give it a try, click the link in our description. Use code MENLY when you sign up, and they will match your deposit up to $500. That means when you put $500 in, they will give you $500 to play with. Use it up for the rest of the NFL season. It's awesome. If you don't know what a stack is, let's walk them through it quick, Soda. So, a stack would be a quarterback. You could do a quarterback and a receiver, a quarterback and two receivers. You could do a quarterback, a running back, a receiver from the same team. And then we also recommend running it back with a person from another team. Because if those guys are scoring a lot of fantasy points, chances are the other team is going to need to score quite a bit of points to keep up. So you have a player from that other team to counter it. So Soda's going to start us off with his stack of the week on OwnersBox. Soda, why don't you walk us through it?
Yeah, thanks for the explanation there, Adam. I'm actually going to take the easy way out, and I am picking the highest scoring total on the slate. Generally, that's where I like to start when I decide on stacks. So I look at the over-unders. That way I'm not going to pick the Bucks 49ers this week for a low-scoring game. I'm not going to pick them as my stack. But I am going to pick the highest-scoring game of the week, the Vikings and the Lions. I think that this is going to be a common stack game, but the theory is really going to be how you stack it because there's so many different options. I'm just going to lay out a few for you. I like going with Goff at quarterback because him and Cousins, fantasy-wise, have been very much a toss-up this year in points, and Goff's a little bit cheaper. And then I would pair him with Amon-Ra because he has just been a horse. If you wanted to consider looking at the super stack, you could add in DeAndre Swift as well, hoping he's going to get involved in the pass game. But then if you're going to do that, you have to counter. And the easy counter, obviously, is Justin Jefferson, depending financially how you're doing, if you can afford that. If you can't afford that, a good counter that would be valuable to me is Hawkinson. Not doing tight end show this week, but Hawkinson probably would have came in at 1 if we would have. So that would also be a good counter option for you.
Yeah, Hawkinson in his revenge game is a great option there. I think he could go crazy in Detroit. And what I like to do a lot is I like to start with this stack and then build around it. So if I'm building a more expensive stack, you can go for cheaper running backs there. Or if you want to build a little cheaper stack, so if your quarterback and your receiver are a little bit cheaper, then you can put a little more expensive running backs around them. You could take like a Christian McCaffrey or a Saquon Barkley and put those guys around them. It is my turn to stack. Soda went with a little bit more expensive, if you took St. Brown and Jefferson there. Doesn't leave you with a ton of cash there. But I am going to look at two pretty bad secondaries, and I'm going to take some people that could save me some money here. Trevor Lawrence should be healthy this week. If he is, I like stacking him, and I like stacking him with his favorite target, Christian Kirk. And if I'm building this lineup, I'm going to double stack it, and I am going to take Kirk and Zay Jones and just hope the Jacksonville Jaguars have a day against the Tennessee Titans. So my stack of the week is the Jaguars, and I would normally counter with Treylon Burks when I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans, but he's in concussion protocol this week, so he's questionable. Not a ton I like with Tennessee other than that. So I would stack with running back Derrick Henry. I know I said this was a cheap stack, but it just went from cheap to a little more expensive while taking Derrick Henry. But this is my stack of the week. I like stacking Trevor Lawrence with Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, and then countering with Derrick Henry. So to recap, Soda likes... Oh, go for it.
I just want to add one more thing in as you're looking at here. The great thing about OwnersBox is if you want to do two stacks, you absolutely could. You could actually do both Adam's stack and my stack. You definitely would have to go the cheaper route and not take Jetta's or Derrick Henry, but that is an option with that super flex play. What a great feature OwnersBox has for us there.
Yeah, and if you just want to stack Goff and Amon-Ra, you could do that with the Jaguar stack going against a terrible Tennessee secondary. Just a couple options for you. If you have any questions about OwnersBox or any stacks you're thinking about, go ahead and put them in our comments. We hope everybody has a great week on OwnersBox. Stay manly, everybody.